All right, everybody, how are you? Welcome into another night of an early edition of the Pillow Talk stream here that we do. We do two streams a day. We do the first one, which is high noon. That's me. Hi, I'm Pugs Moran. Pugs Moran high noon. That comes on at noon every day, Monday through Friday. It goes to whenever. Today I went to 3:30, and then the internet just went, and we just kind of were unceremoniously dismissed. It was okay. It was fine. I was done talking anyway. I'd basically run out of stuff to say about an hour earlier. This stream, the Pillow Talk stream, typically starts about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, all time Central Standard. I'm typically joined by James Parker. He's going to be around a bit later tonight. He's got some other things going on. And we're on a little bit earlier tonight because, we've got more stuff happening there in Ukraine. It's like I've been just completely just overwhelmed with all of this stuff. And then here it was. I tried to come up with the name of the damn country that's being invaded by Russia, and I couldn't come up with it. I don't know why. That's getting old, people. Getting old. All right, we've got a whole bunch of stuff that's happening. First of all, Kyiv, it's nighttime. So what time is it there? What time? It's 8. If it's 8:14 here, that makes it 4:14 a.m. in the Ukraine. And Russian troops are on the move after what was basically a quiet day, a day of trying to figure out everything that had occurred the night before. And, they're back at it. They are large columns of Russian tanks and artillery and troop movement is being reported throughout the eastern section of Ukraine, heading towards Kyiv. There was multiple outlets reported, as well as, and this is kind of credible, depending on what. No, you know what? He is a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee, so he would know. Marco Rubio just tweeted about an hour ago that bombers were on their way to Kyiv. They were expected to be there, or they were leaving at 3 a.m. I don't know how long it takes bombers, and we don't know where they were coming. But if Marco Rubio is tweeting this, it's him being a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. He probably knows something. Not because of what he tweeted, but that was also echoed by a number of independent journalists and all kinds of other people covering this there on the ground. There are a number of cities in central Ukraine, just about 100 miles or so outside of the Kyiv metropolitan area, that are reporting being under siege by Russian tanks and Russian artillery. The belief is that they're going for the head of the snake. They're going for the capital. They're going for Kyiv. They're going to try and decapitate the government. Couple of things that should be mentioned. Okay, so a couple of things came down in the Ukraine today. President Volodymyr Zelensky is still in charge. He is still calling the shots. He declared martial law last night, which puts basically every decision and every power that the authoritative figure running the country would have in his hands. Doesn't have to consult with his parliament, doesn't have to consult with anybody. These are wartime conditions. Martial law has been declared. There has been an exodus of just tens of thousands of people who have left Kyiv because of this, due to martial law. They put into effect no men between the ages of 18 and 60 are allowed to leave the Ukraine. No man between the age of 18 and 60 years old is allowed to leave the country. It's all hands on deck. They're moving into a posture of defend your country at all cost. It should also be thousands upon thousands of rifles have been handed out to everyday citizens. They are forming local citizen militias. I do not know what a rifle in the hands of a novice, I don't know what a rifle in the hands of a novice 16-year-old or 60-year-old is going to do against, an air wing of Russian bombers or fighter jets or whatever it is they're going to be facing. But, it's not looking so good for Kyiv right now. Let's take a look here. one of the first things that we want to look at, there has been some pretty interesting stuff on the old flight tracker. Let's bring that up. Let's see what's happening here on flight tracker. All right, so you could still, not only Ukraine is now a no-fly zone. It started out with the Sea of Azov right here, this being a no-fly zone. Then it moved to the entirety of the country of Ukraine being a no-fly zone. But at this point, almost all of the surrounding areas are currently no-fly zones because of what's happening here. Let's see what is going on. We had a couple of unidentified planes. Okay, see, here we go. 1 and 2. The number one most watched plane here on Flight Radar 24. Let's see what that is. That is this guy. This is the Ukraine Air Force. Okay, look at that. So we've got I'm terrible with these Ukrainian pronunciations, so please bear with me. Liev, whatever that is, they're taking a bombardment tonight. So we've got a Ukrainian Air Force jet here. No call sign. He's got his transponder on, so we don't know what he's into. He seems to be heading out. He is heading out of the country, right? He is heading into Poland. That is into NATO territory, that Ukrainian Air Force jet. Let's see what kind of Air Force jet he is. Okay, he is a... Do we not know? Does it not tell us? It should tell us. Let's see what kind of jet this is. Oh, okay, so it's an Ilyushin IL-76MD. I don't know what that is. It does not look like a bomber. It doesn't look necessarily like a fighter. Let's see if we can figure out what kind of plane this is. Maybe give us a better idea of what he's up to. Okay. All right, the Ilyushin 11-76 is a multi-purpose fixed-wing 4-engine turbofan strategic airlifter designated by Soviet Union's Ilyushin Design Bureau. It was first planned as a commercial freighter in 1967 as replacement for the Antonov AM-12. It was designed to deliver heavy machinery to remote, poorly served areas. Okay, so it's not a fighter. It's an Air Force. It's a Ukrainian Air Force jet transporter. It might be taking people out. This plane right here might be taking people out of Kyiv because, as I said, they're taking a pounding there. Let's see who the number 2 is. That's number 1. That's the number 1 watched plane in the world right now. Number 2 is this guy. Okay. This guy right here. This guy seems to be right in front. Is this guy? Yeah, this guy is right in front of, remember, this is the number 1. This is the Ukrainian Air Force. And this is a guy right in front of him. This guy's giving us even less information. Let's see if it tells us anything. We don't even know what kind of plane this is. All right. I would imagine that if this is, let's just go under the assumption that this freighter, this one here, and they both left the airport here in Kyiv. If this is a transport plane taking people out of Kyiv, and we know what that is. They want people to know what that is. They want people to know that it's not an offensive weapon. It's not a plane. It's probably just a humanitarian plane filled with people they're trying to escape. And this one right in front of it has absolutely nothing. This one might be an escort plane. This one here might be escorting this one. This one here might be some kind of a fighter plane or something like that. Okay, so that's what's happening. It looks like they are taking people out of Kyiv into Poland. Let's see what number 3 is. Number 3, where's number 3? Number 3 worldwide. Okay, is that the same one? It can't be the same one. What is this one? Okay, these are 3 planes in a row. This is another Ukrainian Air Force transporter. This one here is the one with no call sign. Where did the 3rd plane go? Blocked. What does that mean? Blocked. Okay, this one seems to be coming from Belarus, but it's in NATO territory. So this cannot be, if this is in fact, my first thought was maybe it's a Russian plane, but it's because it appears to be coming from Belarusian airspace. But it can't be. It cannot be over NATO territory. It cannot be an aggressive Russian plane over NATO territory because it would be blown the F out of the sky. This one we know. No, that one we don't know. What is this the one? Okay, this is the transport. This is possibly some form of escort for that transport. They appear to be on their way to Warsaw. This one, we don't know what this is. This one here, we don't know what this one is. Okay, so all of these planes in this area right here, we don't know what they are. Well, we know what one of them is. We know that one is a transport plane. This is okay, no, that's just the airport. But what's this thing on the ground? This one on the ground has no call sign. It's a Warsaw. Okay, that's a Boeing 737. It looks like a commercial plane, but with no call sign. It might be being used for something else, and it appears to be on the ground. All right, so once again, these are the ones we're interested in. This is no call sign. We don't know what that is. This is the transport plane, the Ukrainian Air Force transport plane. Where'd that guy go? Did he just disappear? All right, and this is the other one. This is the other sketchy one that we don't know what this one is. This one appears, if you see its tail, it tells us where it came from. It seems like just as it crossed over into NATO airspace, which is Poland, as it crossed over, it seems to only then to have identified itself, unless it took off from somewhere here, but there doesn't appear to be an airport here. I suppose this could be an airport right here. Oh, this is an airport. Anything with the blue are airports. So, but no, it seems to have come from this direction. All right, that's very interesting. So we don't know what's going on with that. Let's see what else we're looking at here. Okay, so we've got these three. This one's blocked. This guy here, this is the United States Air Force. This is Fort 12. This has been out here in the Black Sea. Look at this. This is what it's been doing all day long. This guy's been, here you go, let's do it. This guy's been all over. He is watching the Russian Navy. This Sevastopol here in the Crimean Peninsula down here. This is the base of the Russian Navy Black Sea Fleet. Okay, this is one of the most strategic points for the Russian military. They have a very, very large naval fleet stationed right in here. We can get really close, see if we can see where that is. Okay, that's about as close, I think, as we can get. Right in here. This is where the Russian Navy is based, this area here. And this is nothing new to have Fort 11 and Fort 12 out here in the Black Sea kind of watching. They've been doing that for this guy right here. They've been doing that for better part of a week now. All right, so let's see, what else do we have? All right, some of the other areas of interest here that need to be mentioned. This is Borisville Airport. Okay, this is Borisville International Airport right here. This is the international airport that serves Kyiv. This is where all of the commercial passengers, if you were ever to travel to Kyiv, keep forgetting how to pronounce it properly, Kyiv. If you were traveling to this is where you would travel in as a tourist. This one here, is this, I gotta make sure I know what that is. Show me what that is. Yes, this is Hostomel. Okay, this is an airbase for the Ukrainian military. Now, this Borisville and Hostomel took heavy fire last night. These were two of the initial targets of the Russian missile attacks on Kyiv. It doesn't look like, I've been watching Kyiv live feeds all night. It does not appear that much of the commercial area, the residential areas of Kyiv, the historic areas of Kyiv, took much, if any, damage. I haven't seen any. But these two airports have been pounded. Interestingly enough, I do not know what the status of Borisville is. That's the international commercial airport. Hostomel here, this one that we were just looking at, where the Ukrainian Air Force has a wing, they repelled the Russian assault. Russians dropped in paratroopers to take and attack this airport on the outskirts of Kyiv. They had been fighting from the moment they landed, and they have not taken this airport. This airport has been decimated by missile fire and shelling, and there are now Russian paratroopers and Ukrainian defense forces that are going at it right here in this area. they've staved them off for the first 12 hours of the attack. There are multiple reports as well. People speculating, of course. Nobody knows exactly what Putin is thinking. But there are many people speculating that possibly the defense of Ukraine is a little bit more than Putin had anticipated. That is not to say that he's that he's been deterred, but because of the ramp up in the aggressiveness of the attack that we're seeing tonight, and especially just within the last hour or so, there's much speculation that possibly, Putin's like, okay, fine, they want the hammer, they'll get the hammer. Heavy explosions are now being heard in central Kyiv. All right, let's do this. Let's move over to some of these Kyiv live cams and see if we can watch any of this. Here, I'll pull it down. Ooh, this is all happening very quickly tonight. Okay, here we go. This is these are going to be some live cams that I've been watching. Let's see if we can pick out a good one here. Okay, this is a multi-view. Let's see what's happening here. Make it big for you. And we'll all watch this together for a little bit and see what we can see. All right, reports right now. CNN, heavy explosions heard in central Kyiv. Now we're looking at 4 different vantage points in Kyiv. We'll see if we can see anything here. A CNN team in Ukrainian capital of Kyiv report hearing 2 large blasts in central Kyiv and a 3rd loud explosion in the distance this early Friday. This is from Natasha Bertrand of CNN. Okay. Remember now, it's 4:30 a.m. So on a good night, there wouldn't be a whole lot of traffic. There wouldn't be a whole lot of activity going on here in Kyiv, but all right, let's see if we can hear anything. You can hear the planes approaching. And last night we were able to hear some of the explosions over these. But what are we hearing? Are we hearing just a mix of all 4 cameras? Are all 4 cameras live? I don't understand. Okay, let's do this. Let's leave this up. And while we're trying to see if this bottom right camera seems to be having some trouble. Byron, you didn't get a YouTube alert? Oh man, that sucks. Bottom right camera seems to be buffering. All right, let's pull up some of the latest reports. Now, I know that I'm wearing headphones, so I'm possibly hearing things a little bit better than if you're just listening on your speakers, but it does sound to me like approaching airplanes. Somebody's remotely controlling these cameras, as we've just seen. Somebody zoomed in on something. Okay. Well, damn it. If the YouTube isn't giving the alerts, then what the hell, man? Also, if you were out and about here in North Texas, the Omni Hotel in downtown Dallas is completely illuminated with the Ukrainian flag colors. It looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. Oh, let's see. All right, let's go to some of the news people because. All right, so here are more reports. Explosions can be heard in Kyiv. Okay, well you can say that, but we're watching. Okay, here's more breaking news. Russian forces have encircled the Ukrainian city of Kenotop. Others are moving towards Kyiv, this according to the governor of the region. Are we hearing something? Are we hearing planes? All right, let's take a look at Kenotop. Let's see where that is. Jump off of this feed for a minute. See if we can figure out where Kenotop is. Nope. Cancel that. Let me find it for you first. And again, I apologize if I'm saying Kenotop incorrectly. Okay, now it seems like we're definitely hearing something. Let's go back to that for a minute. "4:30 in the morning, we're hearing the birds start to sing." Okay, all right, we're going to get out of this. Let's see if we can find the city of Kenotop and try and figure out what some of the troop movements are here. All right, here we go. Let's pull out a little, get a better look. So there's Moscow, there's Kyiv. Okay. Kenotop, I believe they said was like 200 miles. So basically, here's Kyiv. Okay. Moving westward towards Kyiv. Man, Google Earth is going to do this to me. So many people are using, all of these systems are having major issues because there are just way more people than usual checking these things out. All right, bear with us here. There we go. Okay. So now we are back. I always have to use Kyiv as my center. Okay, so there's Kyiv. Kyiv. I could just put it into the search and find it that way. But how am I going to learn about this crazy country if I don't find these places on my own? Kenotop, Luhansk, Donetsk. Okay, that Volgograd, that's Russia. There's the border. All right, I don't see it. All right, so maybe I'm not going to be able to do this for you. I'm not going to be able to find this particular city. Kenotop. It's not helping with these spellings. It looks like these spellings are both in, what is that? Is that Cyrillic? And then Moscow. Oh, I'm way too north now. Jeez, we got Moscow there. That's Belarus. We don't want that. Kyiv. All right. Well, it is my understanding that the city of Kenotop is somewhere in this area right here. Hold on. I got a lot of people texting me. A lot of people sending me fun info. Info that we can use. Oh boy. Apparently. All right, let's move in here on Kyiv. Get closer. The other interesting thing that happened today was the Russians have seized control of Chernobyl. Chernobyl, the closed down radioactive nuclear power. What is that we're hearing? Sounds like a truck, doesn't it? All right. I'm going to work on the map. We'll work on the map over somewhere else. And then we'll bring the cameras back up. Because it is definitely getting louder. However, I can't imagine that we're just gonna hear airplanes. They've got air raid sirens. We've been hearing the air raid sirens for the last 24 hours now. So, oh boy. Okay. This is going to be a much different kind of stream, as I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things at once. Typically, I've been watching the way this is being covered, and from the beginning of this thing, when we first started doing these 2 streams a day back in September, I think we started. I wanted to do these breaking news elements where we come in and we cover things as they're happening, because I have so much admiration for a number of people who are out there doing it. Neil Hauer, who is a blue check reporter on the ground, just tweeted missile strikes on Kyiv happening now. Excuse me. We're not seeing that. We are looking at 4 different angles of Kyiv, and we're not hearing it, and we're not seeing it. Let's move to a different camera, shall we? Let's see if maybe we've got a better... Okay. Let's see. How about this one? This is going to be...
Making your next...
Stop it. I don't need no commercials. Although I am just kind of stealing these. So maybe I should let the commercials play, just so I have some sort of plausible deniability. I let the commercials play. All right, this is Maiden Square in the central district of Kyiv. Seems pretty quiet. Hold on, let me check some sources here. Okay. Okay, let's see what some of the latest reporting is saying. Okay, these are just more reports here. Loud explosions heard in Ukraine's capital. We're not seeing that on any of these live feeds. Russian forces have encircled the Ukrainian city of Kenotop. We've already talked about that. CNN is reporting video captures crash of large military plane in Russia's... Oh, yeah, that's another thing that happened. Wow. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Hold on, let me watch this before. That is not how I thought planes crash. Looks like a paper bag in the wind. Okay, so here, let's show that. Let's pull that up if we can. Bum, 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 bum. Run, dun, dun, dun. There we go. Okay. Earlier today, a Russian plane, military plane, crashed. All on board were killed. Now we don't know. We don't know if it was shot down. We don't know what it is, but because I guess a number of people had video of it, they felt comfortable. All right, so here you go. See if we can hear this.
На Голдавку.
All right, it sounds like they're shooting. So here.
На Голдавку.
Did you just hear that? See, there it is. See that? That's the plane. That's the Russian military plane.
Самолет падает.
Oh, no, there it is. Okay, look at that thing. It's just kind of spinning.
Ой, Господи, страсть.
Oh my God, I didn't think it would take that long.
Не, это самолет.
How panicked are the people in there?
Сейчас упадет на
Well,
Молдавку.
shouldn't invade another country, I guess. That's the lesson, right?
На Голдавку.
All right, so we don't see impact or hear the impact, but we just see the video of it falling.
Вон он еще один падает. Самолет.
Wow.
Два.
This is real video, by the way. The Russian news services reported this.
Ладно, не, это самолет, пап. Сейчас упадет.
What did that thing just like turn off?
Давай.
Did somebody turn the key off, turn the engine off? I don't understand what that is, but wow. Okay. Seeing some things. We are seeing some things. Let's go back. Let's make that go on. Okay. Let's check back in on the... There we go. We'll check back in on this. The live view. I mean, there are a number of reports that are saying that Kyiv's under attack right now. We're not seeing it. We're seeing a pretty nice, pretty large look at the horizon. Not seeing any. I mean, I suppose there could be, the stuff happening behind us, but who knows? All right, so let's now get into this. Let's see what the latest. Okay, so here's more video. This is from just 20 minutes ago. Ukraine Defense Forces shoot down Russian jet over Kyiv. Okay, so this just happened right now. Let's take a look at that, shall we? This is seeing a number of people reporting on this one. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there are multiple videos. So we'll look at a... hold on. I'm just trying to find the good one. You know what we'll do? We'll just scroll through a number of these. Okay. Looks like the Ukrainians got one. Well, actually, this will be now the second Russian plane that we've seen falling out of the sky here. Mm-hmm. All right, are we good with that? We are. We're good there. Okay, more images of the interception over Kyiv. Okay, so this is apparently... See, now, if this is happening in Kyiv, we are not seeing this on any of the live videos that we're watching. This is apparently the Russian plane falling. Okay, there are a number of other videos as well. Okay, there's a large explosion in Kyiv. Let's see, oh, that is a big one, boy. All right, well, I mean, we're looking at video that is telling us that I guess the live cams that we're watching are just in a bad position. We're just not seeing them. Because that is definitely that might have been the airplane. Could that be the airplane that we just saw falling, hitting the ground? I do not know. This is all happening right now. History occurring right before our eyes. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, like that. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that looks to be a photo of something on fire. Large explosion in Kyiv. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to the one video. Is this it? Okay, that's something. Okay, let me see. I will find it for you. The video, the specific video that I'm looking for. Okay, let's see if this is it. Nope, that is not it. Okay. Bear with me, guys. This is all happening. Okay. All right. Well, that account no longer exists. Isn't that interesting? All right. We're listening. We're at least listening to the sounds there of the live pics. All right. So now this is back to the live cam in the center of the city. Is this live? I mean, are you seeing any sign? Is anybody seeing any signs of lights flickering, or is this frozen? I think I just saw a light flicker. I'm seeing no movement, no automobiles, no lights. I mean, this may as well. There we go. There we go. There's a car. Okay. All right. So this is live. Or at least we know that it's online and it's not frozen. Okay, let's go back and let's see. Stop sharing that. Let's go back to the multi-camera view. See if maybe we can see what this is offering us. Okay. All right, now these are 4 different views of Kyiv at the moment. And I am not seeing anything like what is being reported. Huh. All of the computers are working so slow right now. I got too much going on. I should go turn off the. I should go turn off the one in the other room. Maybe that'll help to some degree. Okay. Wow, let's take a look at this one. This is a better video of the Russian plane, the Russian bomber, I guess, being shot out of the sky over Ukraine, over Kyiv. Here we go. Let's see what this is all about. Yeah, well, it looks like it got something. Those appear to be parts flying all over the place. now it won't play. So this was at 4:20. So this was what, 33 minutes ago. It won't play. Huh. Isn't that weird? Why won't it play? We just saw it play once. Why won't it play now? Okay. Oh. Sally says, are you sure maybe videos on a stream? I don't know what you mean, Sally. Yeah, I know, Beth. That's why I went back to the one with 4 cameras. I was hoping that we were getting a north view, a south view, an east view, a west view. I was hoping we were at least going to be able to see something. Kyiv is a big city, you're right. But you can hope. You got to wonder. Maybe that's why. You got to wonder, why do they have 4 different views for you there? So it would think, what one would assume, that if stuff was happening to the extent that people are talking about stuff happening right now, that at least one of those cameras would pick something up. That would be my thought. Oh, let's see here. Man, I want more coffee. I want more coffee. I don't want to be tired like I was last night. Also today, should be mentioned, over 2,000 arrests. Detainments in Russia, in Moscow, in St. Petersburg, multiple locations in the Moscow metropolitan area, in St. Petersburg. Those were the 2 sites of the largest public protests. Now, wait, we're Americans. We're spoiled with the whole protest thing, but that is a big deal in Moscow. People do not come out and protest the government's actions in Russia. People have been taking to the streets since the early moments of the bombings, the invasion. The people of Russia apparently are not happy with going to war with Ukraine. That could be a problem. Okay, hold on. Let's see what that is. See if that's important. All right. I enjoy a funny text just as much as the next guy, but not now. Have some respect for the effort, James. That's James. James, always trying to throw a monkey wrench in my serious coverage. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Okay, so now it looks like we've got an even better view of the plane being knocked out of the sky there in let's watch that. This is an even better video, I should say, of the Russian jet being blown out of the sky over Kyiv by Ukrainian defense forces. Okay, let's see if we can grab that. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah, there it is. We got it. All right. This appears to be taken from somebody from an apartment, and this happened right outside their window. Talk about scary. War is scary. It's crazy that we're able to observe it in this way. All right, here we go. All right, so this is, here it is. Okay, so that looks like the plane that was taken out of the sky over Kyiv by Ukrainian defense forces. Let's watch. Yeah, close that drape. My God, what did it fall on? I mean, holy crap. That's incredible. That is really incredible. I keep going back to the fact that in my entire life, I've never seen depictions of war. I mean, look, there have been plenty of wars around the globe in my life, but it's always been, you know, people who live in grass huts, people who who live in caves, people who live in the desert. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. What I'm saying is that as a civilized, modern, Western-oriented individual, I had difficulty relating to that. I mean, certainly I had sympathy and compassion. Certainly I felt empathy for the people and what they were going through. But this is such a... These people have drapes. I don't know. These people live in an apartment with a big window that overlooks the water in a modern, culturally significant city. And that's not to say that, you know, the people of Baghdad, certainly Baghdad is as historic a city, but I couldn't truly, as I say, as an American raised, Western minded individual, I couldn't truly relate to the individual. This I'm relating to more inside. Look at these are... That thing probably fell in front of a 7-Eleven. Unbelievable. Okay. All right. So there you go. There we go. So that's two. We got two that we know of. We got two Russian jets that went down. We saw videos of both of them. Maybe the people who said that Putin maybe underestimated the Ukrainian defense forces. Maybe they're onto something. We're going to keep that up. What is this? This we're going to knock down. We'll get rid of that. I got to close up some of these things. Still not seeing anything on the live cams. Let's check back in. Every now and again, it seems like I hear something. It seems like Isabella Kurshidian, a blue check reporter, said that's a pretty incredible thing to have happen in a modern European city, talking about the videos of the jet being blown out of the sky. I concur, young lady. That is exactly what I was just thinking. It is mind-blowing. Multiple explosions heard in Kyiv, ongoing. Suspected incoming Russian missile strikes. The attached video shows what appears to be a Russian jet being downed by Ukrainian forces. Okay. Hey, man. You know, you never want... In war, you never want to play a home game. I mean, that's... Come on. You don't want to play a home game in a war. But when you're playing the away games, don't underestimate the defense. People will fight for their city. People will fight for and the people of Kyiv very well may fall. I mean, pound for pound, I don't know that there's any way that you can compare what the Ukrainian people or the Kyiv defense forces. I mean, it's a bunch of people between the ages of 18 and 60 years old that were just handed rifles this afternoon. How many bullets did they get? You know, it's inspiring. It's sad. Seems to be a lot of traffic in the upper right. Okay, still not really seeing anything. Yeah, there's a lot of video now coming out. Apparently, a lot of people were filming when that plane went down over Kyiv. See if we can get some different views. Something went wrong. No, I get it. The internet is being Oh boy. Okay. So here we go. Reports now the Russian plane that was shot down crashed and landed in a residential 9-story building. No report on victims, but there are some, it says. Amount of victims being clarified. It was a strange way that they worded it. Wow. Okay. Do we have pictures? Oh, do we have pictures? Man, there are a lot of videos of. Okay, so let's maybe we just do it this way. That's how we got to do it. Here, this is this reported to be a picture of the impact site where the plane went down. Get that up for you. Okay. Here we go. Move out of that. All right, that's the building. That's the building that the plane fell on. So we saw the plane fall out of the sky, and that's where they're saying it landed. Look at that. Still got firemen. God bless the fire. God bless the first responders. Middle of a damn war. Your city's being attacked, and guess what? The firemen are still working. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's kill that. Try and keep all these windows to a minimum. Back to this. Jeff says, what's getting you is that it looks like here. Yes, that's exactly it. There, I can relate. I am able to relate to what it is that I'm seeing here, and I don't think I've ever had that experience with watching a war. You know, we've been conditioned over the past 20 years to expect in all of the war movies that we've seen, they've all taken place in Iraq or Afghanistan, and it's been like sand brick buildings and dirt roads, and and they got street lights here. Look at this. Look at the city. This is a beautiful city. This is a beautiful European city. There has not been an attack of this magnitude on a European city since the end of World War II. And then there's this ghoulish nature that I'm grappling with right now, where I'm watching these live cams and almost in some sick way going, something happened, and then, like I always say, we're complicated people. We have a whole bouillabaisse of emotions going through our brains at any given moment. And I certainly don't want anybody to be hurt. I certainly don't want anybody injured. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to keep watching this, okay? You guys sit tight. I need to make another cup of coffee. Don't worry, I'm not going to wait till the whole pot brews, but I'm just going to go cook a cup of coffee. And I'll be right back. Just give me like 10 seconds. You're lying! There's no way that's going to be 10 seconds. All right, give me 30. I'll count it down. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, loser! 1. Look at me, pounding coffee at 9 o'clock at night. It's going to be another late one. All right. CNN is reporting that a senior U.S. official reports that Russia has launched over 160 missiles. Or do you say missiles? You say missiles or missiles? Okay. Nah, Beth. A lot of people look. It's obviously a concern when you've got a nuclear power involved in this kind of thing. But Putin does not want to nuke Ukraine. He doesn't want to. He wants to use the Ukraine. He wants that. He wants to do as little damage to infrastructure as he can. He doesn't want to have to rebuild roads and bridges and hospitals and infrastructure with telecommunication. He don't want to do all that stuff. He don't want to nuke anything. He wants to be able to just put his people in there and move in and just have it be. He wants to exploit it, Ukraine is like one of the world's largest grain producers. You drop a nuclear bomb, you're going to ruin some crops. And you're going to ruin some crops for, what, the next 10,000 years? He doesn't want to do that. But it is scary. It is scary because, look, people are crazy. People are insane. And not just the fun kind of insane, like a Kanye West or a Lindsay Lohan. We're talking about, like, scary insane. We're talking megalomaniac. Putin is absolutely a megalomaniac. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried about him. But I am worried about some of his generals. I am worried about there is a nuclear arsenal here. Anybody can go rogue at any minute. We have not had a situation like this with a nuclear power, a nuclear nation, other than ourselves, and we trust ourselves. I mean, none of us thought that we were going to start to unload nukes on Iraq or unload nukes. I mean, we're responsible, right? We're America. That's a deterrent weapon. We're not actually going to use it offensively. Tell that to Japan. It was early. It was a new toy. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't understand. But Russia's got nukes. Russia's got nukes, and Russia's got a lot of generals. What this is all about, what this is starting to appear, and I've read this from a number of people who know him, and have studied Vladimir Putin. This entire thing, the man's 70 years old. The guy is getting older. And sure, he's still shirtless, fighting bears and all of that nonsense that he does for the photo ops. But he's getting older. And many people believe that at this stage of Putin's life, he's done waiting for permission. He's done feeling like he's under the thumb of America or the West, NATO. And he's right now, he's all about legacy. And he thinks that one of the most important things that he can do for himself in history, he's constantly, well, we saw that in the Monday speech where he trumped up all of these crazy reasons why he was allowed to go into the Ukraine. He's a history guy. He loves the history of Russia. I almost said the Soviet Union. He loves that too. But he loves the history of Russia. He's constantly mentioning people like Peter the Great and Stalin and, Ivan the Terrible. By the way, Ivan the Terrible, he wasn't called the Terrible because he was bad at his job. Yeah, there was a different use. Kind of like if 1,000 years from now, they'll look at Michael Jackson's album and go, well, let's not listen to this because he called it bad. No, they meant something different back then. It meant something. The Terrible, when the Terrible was attached to the name, it meant that you were feared. It meant that, and not necessarily by your people. Ivan was actually quite loved. It meant that you were feared by those who would oppose you. So someone calling Ivan the Terrible, that would be the people that he conquered, who had respect. Peter the Great is another one. Peter the Great is Putin's a big fan of Peter the Great. So at this stage, it's almost like he's focused on his legacy, and he thinks that one of the most important things that he can do for the legacy of Putin the Great is to take back a whole bunch of this land, rebuild the former Soviet Empire without the Soviet part, because my man likes his money. Putin's like a multi-billionaire too. That's the other thing. How much? I was looking at this before. What is the exact number here? There are some people that believe that he's the wealthiest man in the world, Vladimir Putin, but you don't get a legit number from him, because it's just from raping the country. All right, his established number, according to Forbes, is $200 billion. $200 billion. What does Elon have? What does Elon Musk have? Putin's got $200 billion. Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, $225.1 billion. $25 billion more than Putin. And we normies, we think that seems close. He's close. He's got 200 billion. Elon's got 225. That's only 25 billion more. Yeah, it's only 25 billion more. 25 billion more. That's only 10 times what Mark Cuban has more. Mark Cuban, a billionaire, he's only got like 3 billion. 2.5 billion, something like that. I don't know. It's only 25.1 billion. Yeah, that one is 100 million. That's boy, there's real money in the world. $200 million is the estimated amount of money that Vladimir Putin has. All right, let's check in. Let's see what some of the latest is here. And then we'll go back and we will see. Come on, give me the latest news. Can you hear the birds? The birds are out. It's morning. It's morning in Kyiv. So it's 5:16 now in the morning. There we go. Did you hear that? We absolutely just heard that. That was an explosion. That was something. 14 seconds ago, breaking news. A streamer from Kyiv just had an airstrike on his neighborhood. Okay, let's see what this is. We'll pull this up. We'll see what this guy is doing. By the way, I'm fully aware that I'm not supposed to just be using all these people's video, but we're not monetizing this. I'm not making any money. We're not selling commercials. Any money that we make for this, it comes from your donations. It comes from you people who are saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. I'll throw a little something at your Venmo. I'll throw a little something. So, I'm not... Okay, let's see what this is all about. Bear with me. Oh, this is gonna. What is this gonna be? A YouTube stream here?
We have 57 watching right now. Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on. Let me put on the song real quick.
Pop this thing. All right.
I'm gonna put on the song real quick.
What is this?
Where is it?
He doesn't sound like he's from the Ukraine.
All right, bet. Ready? All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah. I know what this dude did. I know what
You
this
can hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're lying.
Yeah, I'm gonna bow. Let somebody give me my pit in the bell. And then, right, you probably smile like we're gonna go. What we need to talk about?
All right, we got trolled. All right. That was presented as breaking news. It turned out to be just some kid trying to get his music heard. God bless you, son. God bless you. All the power to you. I love that move. But not tonight, young man. I don't have time for your nonsense raps. All right. That was funny. Let's go look at. Let's take a look at flight radar again. Let's see if there's anything being picked up. Boom, 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 boom. All right, my session is timed out. Yes, I know it has. Let's get back in there. All right. We're focusing in the Kyiv area, as that seems to be where. Now remember, there are Russian troops on their way into Kyiv from about 200 miles away. That has been reported within the last hour. So, however long it takes those troops to get there, we are going to be waiting on their arrival. Yeah, there's nothing in the air. Okay, there's there's no way. It's just a site. There we go. It's just a site. Okay, what's this? This is an interesting one. What's going on here? What's this guy? This guy is he's over in Russia. That's just an Aeroflot plane. Nothing happening here. We still got the United States Air Force in the Black Sea. Okay, so he's doing his thing. Let's check out what's most watched. Let's see is it all the same stuff. It's Fort is number one. Whatever this is, this came out of Ramstein. That's a U.S. Air Force base in Germany. Let's see who that guy is. All right. Is that this guy? What is he? What kind of plane is he? Okay, so he's another one of these tankers. Okay. Just like we were watching earlier today. He seems to be over Poland. He's in southern Poland, basically the same area that was being used earlier today. This is a tanker. This is a gas station in the sky, and you can see he's just kind of doing little squigglies. He's staying in the same area, coming over here, doing a little loop here. What this tells us is that there are either American fighter jets or NATO fighter jets that are in this area that need gas, and that's what he's doing. He's hanging out. So there is something going on. What's this guy? Russian jet. It has no. All right, let's see what else is being watched right now. Okay, so this is the one from Ramstein. This is the Strato tanker. This, I'm guessing, is another Strato tanker. This is from Mildenhall, which is another NATO base in Germany. Oh boy, what did we just hear? Okay, you just hear that, guys? We just heard a major boom. Just heard a big boom from Kyiv, picked up by the live stream cameras. I'm going to go pour my cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm over on the flight radar while we're still watching the cams. There are 3 United States Air Force Stratotankers in the air, all over, one in southern Poland, in southwestern Poland, and the other one in northwestern Poland, located fairly close to the Ukrainian border. Three Stratotankers, 3 giant refueling planes just up in the sky doing donuts. So, what does that tell us? Well, again, they ain't up there for show. They're up there, they're refueling somebody. There is obviously an American Air Force presence, or at the very least, a NATO presence in the area, in the skies. What are they doing? Will they engage? That's I have to imagine they won't. I don't know that they would engage. I can't imagine that they would. But I think what their job right now, what is the job of NATO warplanes stationed at bases in Poland, so close to the Ukrainian border where there is a Russian incursion happen? I would imagine that their job is to be in the air 24/7 now, making sure that Russia doesn't, try and come into Poland. Poland's been invaded before. The Nazis came in. They came in the other side, but that's what I have to imagine these planes are doing. Take a look at that again. I'll show you exactly where they are, where they're located. Okay. All right. So this is Ukraine. Ukraine. Here's Ukraine. And Hungary. Where's Poland? Oh, for Christ. Hey, for crying out loud, eh? Now I can't see. How did Poland disappear? Poland. There we go. Okay. Ukraine. This is Poland. And we'll show you the 3 planes, the 3 United States Air Force refueling tanker planes that are up there. This is the first one out of Ramstein. There he is, right? You can see him. He's doing his little donuts there. Okay, so that's the first one. That's out of Ramstein Air Force Base. Then we've got this one. This one is out of Middlehall Air Force Base. Okay, this guy, he's down here now. Oh, he's in Romania. Okay, well, Romania is another NATO nation, so, they're on the border there too. So I imagine that there are NATO jets flying all along the borders of these NATO partners, these NATO member countries, making sure that none of the nonsense that's happening in here spills over into there, because if they do, it's on, Donkey Kong. And where's the last one? Here's the last one. So one in Romania, one in Poland. Boy, this guy looks like he's a mess. All right, so this is one tanker. This is one refueling plane. Nope, come on, get him up. That's a refueling plane. This is a refueling plane. And then this one, right? Is it this one? Yeah, this one too. LAG, the LAGs. So here we go. So we got a gas station here. We got a gas station here. No, we got a gas station here. We got a gas station here. We got a gas station here. So what that tells you is that there's probably a whole bunch of NATO jets just going up and down this area. Need some fuel? Stop and get some fuel from this guy. He's going to be doing donuts right there. What is Fort doing? Is Fort still in the Black Sea? Don't see him. Come to me, Fort. Where are you? You're the #1 most watched plane in the world. Why is he not showing up? I bet it has more to do with my internet at the moment, or the amount of people. There he is. There's Fort. That's United States Air Force. I don't see where it says what it is, but this is one of them Global Hawk drones. One of those big. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, Northrop Grumman Global Hawk. Okay, all right. So we're not seeing anything going on here in this area, but we're certainly hearing them. We just watched a plane get blown out of the sky. They don't have the transponders on. They're not playing fair. They're trying to be sneaky. Oh, let's go back to the live cams. Oh, there we are. Let's check a different live cam. Let's see. Let's see. All right, are these 3 different views? Yes, this looks like 3. We'll check a number of these. These are 3 views. Everyone seems to be including the Maiden Square view, which is in the center of downtown Kyiv. These are some different ones. All right. See this one here in the upper right? Every multi-view camera angle seems to be showing this, but we've seen nothing. We've seen this all night long, and we've seen nothing there. 5:30 in the morning, local time. Whole lot of darkness going on here. All right, so if the Russian army was 200 miles away at this point, what, about an hour and 15 minutes ago or so? They were 200 miles away east of Kyiv. I guess that's what we're waiting on, right? I guess we're waiting on them to arrive. That's an airplane, you hear it? How is it that we haven't heard any of the air raid sirens, but we heard all the air raids? Unless there's been some kind of, I mean, is there a way to take that out? You know, can you take out the civil defense sirens? Or these airplanes that we're hearing here are Ukrainian airplanes, Air Force planes that are flying cover over the city. But it still wouldn't make sense because we've seen footage of planes in the sky over Kyiv tonight. We watched a plane get blown out of the air, and we didn't hear the air raid sirens on any of these feeds. There's probably an explanation for it. I'm just not smart enough to know what it is. I wonder what the weather is there. What's the weather like? Because it's cold here. Okay. Yeah, checking into the chat room. Yeah, I'm going to start spending more time with you guys in the chat room since we're all just kind of waiting for something to happen and freeballing the conversation. Byron wants to know where Parker's. What, I'm not good enough for you? You need your little Nazi pal, Byron? No, James is going to join us. He'll be here. I sent him. He's he's got another job, don't you know? And he had some sort of obligation there, so he's gonna pop in at some point. Last week when he had this going on, he popped in 45. He wrapped up. All right, let's put. Yeah, we'll change that. We got to leave the pitch up there. If anybody's so inclined, they want to help out, they want to donate to the show, you want to help us keep doing this. Again, we do two live streams a day. We do the noon stream. That's topics. We do all the things that are from headlines to trending topics, current events driven. That's the noon show every day, Monday through Friday, noon to whenever. We call it high noon, and we just run through everything that's happening in that day. And then we get back together again, me and James. Not again. He's not with me at noon. Sometimes, used to be, maybe again, but mostly it's just me at high noon. And then at 9 o'clock, James joins me, and we do the Pillow Talk version. Every night, Monday through Thursday. That's what we do there. Jeff wants to know, did you ever get that cup of coffee you made? It sounds so good. I made a Dad, look at this. Dad, look right here. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I made too much. I got a backup. Got a backup in the thermos. Al says, I missed it. Was there a missile that hit Kyiv? Apparently, we missed it too. We did not see any missile hit Kyiv. And I have been watching. I've been watching for hours. I just jumped on the stream about an hour and 15 minutes ago. And we've heard a couple of things. We've heard some booms. I've heard what sounded like airplanes. We watched video of a Russian jet being blown out of the sky over Kyiv. That's the most incredible thing that we've seen. Yeah, if you're just joining us and you didn't see that video, we'll show it again. I'll show it to James as soon as he gets here. A Russian jet came in on over Kyiv, and the Ukrainian Defense Forces just blew it out of the sky. And a whole bunch of people in their high-rise apartment buildings had their cell phones out, and there's a bunch of videos of it. Sally says CNN just showed the plane getting shot down by a missile. Yeah. Now, I don't think it was a missile. It was, it was a projectile, to be sure. It was, maybe, I guess it was surface-to-air missile. But Russia is just flopping them big missiles, those real big ones that come from a distance. You're right. It would have probably been one of those surface-to-air missiles. We watched on the noon show today. We watched some video of. Look, I'm not one of these like gun fetishists, so I don't know like what all of these weapons are. I'm a hot chick fetishist. That's what I'm into. I'm into girls. I don't get all excited over like murder machinery. It's cool, whatever, man. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I'm not a gun fetishist, so I don't know all these things. But we watched on the High Noon Show today. We watched a plane. It was reported to be one of the Russian planes coming in during the invasion yesterday off the coast of Odessa, and it was some incredible video, man. These were bullets. And these bullets were fired out of this. And first of all, these bullets were probably the size of a car bumper. Each bullet was probably that big. And they were firing so quick it looked like a rope in the sky. I should show that again. I'm gonna show it to James. We'll play that again in a little bit when James joins us. And if he doesn't, we'll go through some of the video from earlier. Fast Outdoor Food said, is there any troops on the ground doing hand-to-hand combat? Fast Outdoor, I believe you mean to ask, are there any troops on the ground? What a dick! Why are you such a dick? You have some of the worst grammar in the history of broadcast communications, and you actually picked this moment to take a shot at Fast Outdoor Food? When you get a shot, you take it. Well, there is a fight. To answer your question, I don't know. We've seen no video of that. I don't know how available that kind of video would be. Hold on, dude. Let's fight. But my boy here, he's gonna film us. There is some close quarters fighting going on at the military air base just to the north of Kyiv. Last night, Russian paratroopers tried to take the military air base just north of Kyiv, and it was defended. It was successfully defended by the Ukrainian Defense Forces. And as of like 4 o'clock our time, it was still in the hands of the Ukrainians, and the Russian paratroopers were, they're slugging it out, close quarters, probably from distance of about 20 yards in the tree line, just shooting at each other. And so I hope that answers your question. That's the closest thing to that sort of thing that I've heard about. But you got to imagine there is. You got to imagine it. Okay, let's see what else we have here. See if we got any new video that we can scroll through. little sensitive after I got burned by that kid trying to promote his rap. Kid's genius. That's brilliant. He knew there'd be stupid people like me. Although, to my credit, immediately I went, why is this kid doing a live stream from Ukraine speaking with an accent that sounds like he's from Brooklyn? What is that about? Okay, breaking. Another major cyber attack has hit Ukraine infrastructure, banks, government agencies, government websites. The source of the attack is not yet confirmed. Oh, come on. Who do you think it is? Oh, come on now. Not yet confirmed. Oh, stop it. We know who it is. We know who did that. Seeing some people in the Ukraine hashtag taking shots at Don Lemon. It's what I was saying earlier, man. I don't know why CNN has decided to make Don Lemon the historical face of this. 50 years from now in the museums, when people go and they watch videotape of the night that Russia invaded the Ukraine, they're going to see Don Lemon. I'm sure he's a nice man. No, actually, I'm not sure he's a nice man. He might be a dick. He might be a dick in real life. I don't know. He might be arrogant. He might be cocky. I don't know. I just know that he's not a serious person. He's not a serious news person. It's about as serious as Tucker Carlson. See what I did there? I assaulted both sides with my criticisms. Okay, here's another one from Marco Rubio, who's been all over this. Boy, I'll tell you, nobody in the United States Senate seems to dislike Vladimir Putin more than Senator Marco Rubio. He says at least 36 missiles have been fired at Kyiv in the last 40 minutes. And that's from 4 minutes ago. We're not seeing it. We're not seeing it on any of the beautiful sunrise happening. Sun's coming out. Night 2. Thousands and thousands of people living in the subways right now. Oh my God. That's hardcore. All right, I'll show you this. Why not? We're just watching this unfold. We are in no hurry. We're just chilling out. We're just trying to be a witness to history together. Although I'm having a real problem with my stream. At any minute, they're going to probably just dump me off. Oh my God, my internet is just garbage tonight. Okay. Pull this up. Give me a second here. Okay. The description on this is pretty interesting. Okay. So here, come on. All right, so here's the description. Ukrainian woman confronts Russian soldiers in Henchesk Kherson region, asked them why they came to our land, and urges them to put sunflower seeds in their pockets so that the flowers would grow when they die on Ukrainian land. Woohoo! Hardcore. Let's see how this goes down. There you go. I don't know if it was worth it. Thought it was a good line, though. Okay, let's go back. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Should we check out another? Let's check out another Ukrainian live feed. Let's see if we got a better one. Let's look at this. We haven't seen this one. Yeah, not loving the sound there. That's a little bit loud. What did they set the camera up next to the air conditioning unit? What? I said, you set the camera up next to the air conditioning unit? Yeah. All right, good. Perfect. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that in their life right now. All right, let's go back to this one. This is the main square. Why does it look? Why are some of these videos? In some videos, the sun is coming up, and in other videos, it's not. Well, you see, Pugs. That's because the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. And if the camera is pointed in the west, it's going to still be dark. Oh, that's why. Now it makes sense. Now I get it. Not seeing anything, man. Shh, what's that? Oh, stop it, Ed. I've currently got 3 browser windows open. 3. Is that too much? Is that too much for your fabled system? I got 3. Ed. I know to keep them closed. I know to keep. I'm aware. But I do have. I got a smart TV going in the other room, and I got the pad going. I got Mason. Mason left his pad here, so I got that going. Yeah, I got the TV. You know, the other loaner. I got the TV, and then I got this one. So I'm drawing some power. I'm giving it all I get. All right. Let me start scrolling through here. Let me see if we can find any new breaking news, any new updates, because they're kind of few and far between at the moment. Seems all quiet. Okay, let's go back to some of the news. Some of the actual blue checks that I like to follow. Let's see what they're reporting here. Happening now, Biden to hold virtual meetings with leaders of NATO member states at 9 a.m. tomorrow. This according to the White House. Also, the apartment complex in Kyiv hit by debris from the falling Russian fighter jet. There is no word on casualties. That's just a few minutes ago. And then just more on the shooting down of the Russian jet. Good one. Breaking down, NATO is convening an emergency summit on the situation in Ukraine at 4 p.m. Kyiv time today. So, 4 p.m. Kyiv time today. So it is right now. It is 5:30. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. So 6, 4, so 8 hours from now. What? Yes, right? So 8 hours from now. Let's just say 8 hours. That makes sense. 8 hours. If it's 6 o'clock in the morning, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 10 hours from now. Sorry. I wish I still smoked pot. I'd like to be high right now. At least I'd have an excuse for all of this. Okay. More from Marco Rubio. He just sent out these people on TV who keep saying these people on TV who keep saying this all could have been avoided if only we would have agreed to never allow Ukraine to join NATO either don't know what they are talking about or they are lying. Can I just tell you, I am loving Marco Rubio on this situation. I know that I forget. I am a center-left guy. Am I supposed to like him or hate him? What are you? What am I programmed? What's my programming here? I know that liberals hate him because he's what? I know that the far right hates him because he's what? I don't know. He's pretty right on about this. He's pretty right on about this. People on TV who keep saying, he's talking about Fox News people. People on TV who keep saying this all could have been avoided if only we would have agreed to never allow Ukraine to join NATO either don't know what they're talking about or they're lying. They don't know what they're talking about. Let's see, the whole point of NATO is to get as many people to join as possible, to grow the ranks so that we're such a behemoth that no one would ever want to face us down. And people are thinking, why don't you just tell them they can't join? Because that'd be stupid. That would be like me telling you not to tip the show. Hey, don't tip the show. No, don't worry about it. Please, come on. What are you, an asshole? Don't tip the show. I don't want your money. I don't need tips. I don't need this to be. Please, take your money and stick. Never going to tell Ukraine not to join NATO. They're located on the border of Russia. That would be like one of the most strategic NATO members of the bunch. So, yeah. So Marco's right. They're either lying or they're just dumb. They don't get it. They don't understand how this all works. We were never going to tell Ukraine, all right, Putin, because first of all, that's what Putin wanted. This could all be avoided, comrade, if you would just tell NATO they can't join. Just ban them from NATO. The fuck would we do that for, Vlad? Why would we tell them that? Well, then, I'm going to be mad. What are you, a bitch? What? You're acting like a bitch right now. We're not going to tell them they can't join. You right now, you're jealous because they want to join our party, a party that you're not invited to because every time you come to one of our parties, you get drunk and start a fight. You're not allowed to come to the NATO party, Vlad. If you're telling us that you, Vlad, Russia, wants to come to the NATO party, then you're going to have to make some changes. I ain't making changes. Okay, well then you can't come to the NATO party, but we are going to invite Ukraine. We're going to invite them. I'm going to beat up Ukraine, but if you tell them they're not invited to NATO party, then I won't beat them up. Again, fuck you, Vlad. What are you, a moron? Get the hell out of here. Get off our yard. Get off our front lawn. You're not coming in. You get drunk, you start fights, you're an asshole, nobody likes you. Get off our property. Ukraine, you want to come in? And then Ukraine's like, man, I really do want to come in, but he's going to be mad and I got to ride home with him. And that's basically what's going on. And we want Ukraine at our party because Ukraine is hysterical. Ukraine is great at a party. First of all, hot girls. They bring hot girls, vodka, as we learned last night. They're funny. Ukraine is the life of. We want Ukraine. Russia, Russia's a dick. Russia's the kind of guy that shows up to the party and he rifles through the medicine cabinet in the bathroom and steals all your grandma's pain pills. That's Russia. That's why Vlad's not allowed to come to our parties. That's why he's not invited to the NATO party unless he makes some wholesale changes in who he is as a person and as a country. 2 residential buildings now being reported in Kyiv are on fire, caused by the intercepted enemy aircraft. This, according to state emergency services. There is a risk of demolition. Buildings that were hit by debris on 7A Koshistya Street. I don't, you know what? This is a problem. I was talking earlier about how this is a bit troubling watching all this happen because I can relate to this more so than I can relate to other things. I can relate to this more than I can relate to seeing, people who live in huts experience the horrors of war. Does it make me a shitty person? Yeah, probably. But when I see people, they live in a city that looks like a city that I'd like to go to. It looks like a city that I'd like to spend a weekend in. I can relate to this. But then I hear like these addresses. What the hell is 7A Koshista Street? What is 7? You ever seen addresses in England? No idea what that's about. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of. Oh boy, I just got me another Bitcoin alert. Didn't all the crypto bros, wasn't their whole thing, well, when the world goes to hell, Bitcoin's going to go through the roof. Well, the world's going to hell and Bitcoin is tanking, baby. You know what's not tanking? You know what's skyrocketing? Oil and gold. Oil and gold are through the roof. Bitcoin is being flushed right down the toilet. I'm not an economist. Although I did go as Milton Friedman for Halloween last year. I do not know how all that works. I don't know if Bitcoin is at all I don't know if the fall of crypto that's been going on the last couple of days has anything to do with all this. But yeah, my phone keeps blowing up. I have these like Bitcoin Cash App alerts. You're not special. Anybody who's got the Cash App application, they get that too. You can't let me feel special, can you? You just can't you can't let me feel living in a guest house. You can't let me have that. You can't let me I got to keep you in check. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Any breaking news? No, nothing. A lot of you, I keep seeing more videos of the Russian plane being shot down. It's a big one. I won't share this because what's the point? But it's a picture of one of these Ukrainian defense recruitment stations. Where civilians are showing up, they're being handed a gun and they're being signed up. 100,000 people within Ukraine fleeing violence for safety. That's according to the UN. The United Nations is reporting at 100,000 refugees. So there's a picture of one of these Ukrainian civilian recruitment centers that are popping up everywhere. And there's this like super old man, 80-year-old man. And it says, 80-year-old man showed up to join the army, carrying with him a small case with 2 T-shirts, a pair of extra pants, a toothbrush, a couple of sandwiches. He said he was doing it for his grandkids. That's cute. That's cute stuff. We got to have something that takes our mind off this. It seems to me that the assault on Kyiv might be over. Okay, CNN is reporting the explosion over Kyiv tonight was a Ukrainian Su-27 shot down by Russian anti-air battery in the city's suburbs. Ukraine has lost the skies over its capital. All right, this is big news. Okay, so we had been led to believe by everybody that the plane that we saw being shot down over Kyiv was in fact a Russian plane. CNN is now reporting that that was not a Russian plane, that was a Ukrainian plane. I'll read it to you again. CNN is reporting the explosion over Kyiv tonight was a Ukrainian Su-27 shot down by Russian anti-air battery in the city's suburbs. Ukraine has lost the skies over its capital. Well, that ain't good. Here we were a little bit excited. It's a fluid situation. Fake news! Fake news! You said earlier that it was a Russian. This is a fluid situation, bro. This is all unfold. Who even knows if that's true? We're not going to know until all the dust is settled. Some artist in the Ukraine is projecting a projection artist is projecting on the side of a building a gigantic "fuck off, Putin." There you go. Boy, that's a bummer. That is a real bummer to find out now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So more information now on the plane that was shot down. It's Matthew Chance of CNN. Matthew Chance just reported on air, citing a Ukrainian Interior Ministry source. The video shows a Russian surface-to-air missile shooting down a Ukrainian warplane. I'm telling you, man, it's not... Good Lord. Good Lord. Okay, so that's dominating all of the Ukraine, Kyiv right now. Okay, let's see, what is this? To anyone who would listen, Ukrainians would explain that 422,000 of their population saw combat against Russian-backed insurgents and Russian conventional forces in the last 8 years. This is by no means terra incognita for them. We'll add that the GUR, Ukraine's military intelligence, is generally held to be extremely capable, far superior to Ukraine's other spy agencies. One of the most effective military services in Europe. Okay. I don't know what that means. Yikes. Yikes. Starting to just see numbers about casualties growing. It was just under 200 earlier today. By earlier today, I mean as I signed on. That number tonight has doubled. They're now saying Ukrainian military and civilian casualties top 400 for the first time. 400 in a couple of days. Okay, whatever. Associated Press reporting multiple explosions occurring now in Kyiv as Russian forces have pressed on with a full-scale invasion. This latest incursion has resulted in the deaths of more than 100 Ukrainians tonight. After using airstrikes on cities and military bases, Russian military units moved swiftly to take on Ukrainian seat of government, its largest city. So that is really what we're waiting right now. That is the big deal. That is why. Yeah, I'm seeing that now, Ed. My Bitcoin's up 11.46. Now hit for the week. And I just got this. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why I'm getting these things so late. Maybe it's my service. But yeah, just like 5 minutes ago, I just got a thing that said Bitcoin is down 5%. But now I see that that's from yesterday. But it's just coming through now. Here, let me look for the week. Yeah, it's been on a pretty steady decline. Down 5% over the last week. Yeah, for the day it did. It shot up today. Okay, so that's good today. Let's figure out why these alerts are coming in so late. I mean, I don't really care. I have such a negligible amount. I just don't like crypto bros. Okay, let's get back into it. Jeff says, Pugs, do you think we should take Putin's consequences warning as a threat to use nukes? What else could consequences that you have never seen mean? Yeah. Interestingly enough, the French defense minister was asked that very question this afternoon. They said, "What do you take from him saying this? Do you think that he meant?" Nah, Will, I'm just teasing you. Come on, buddy. You know you're my crypto expert. The French defense minister, when asked that very question, Jeff, today said he's not the only one with nukes, which, if you're a pearl clutcher by nature, that is not the response that you want. However, if you're sick of his shit, that's the only response that's acceptable. Putin thinks that he's the only guy who can threaten that shit. Really? Do you want to die too? It's called mutually assured destruction, stupid. You're literally and he didn't, to his credit, he didn't say that. He just said consequences like we've never seen before. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I think we're all just a bunch of nervous Nellies, and we jumped to a conclusion and suggested to ourselves that possibly he was talking about nukes. That's the way it was framed to the French defense minister this afternoon. And the French defense minister, he, to his credit, the French are pussies. I don't know. This guy wasn't. This guy just took that bait and said, yeah, he's not the only one with nukes. And let's be honest. I was looking at the numbers today. They're all easily available. He doesn't want none of NATO's smoke. I'm telling you, man. NATO is a much bigger... He's got an impressive military force. He does. The United States alone has an impressive military force. But the combined military might and power that NATO brings to the party is one of the most frightening things this world has ever seen. So, yeah, but, NATO's a bunch of countries. Yes, exactly. It's a bunch of countries who by pledge will fight side by side. He doesn't got that. Nobody, he could have China. Stop it with the China bullshit. China isn't interested in drawing into a world war where they're on the side of Russia. Do you know how much product China makes and sells to the Western world? Do you know how much shit they sell to us, that they sell to Europe, that they sell to our allies? China doesn't want this. China, if anything, could be the great peacemaker in this whole thing. But there is no play, economic or otherwise, where China benefits from the fall of the West. That's just not something that is That is in their best interest. It's not something that they want. It's not something that Putin's afraid of because he's a much differently wired cat. His whole thing is about the pride of the Russians. This is to bring back the Soviet Union. You know, he's got a whole different kind of thing going on. I'll tell you, the Chinese, for communists, they are some capitalists, boy. They understand what this whole world and this they have. Trust me, they want us to keep doing what we're doing. The status quo is working out just fine for China. Now, what China might want, they might want to do a little land grabbing of their own in that part of the world. Looking at you, Taiwan. Looking at you. Yeah, well, you know, there's a couple other places too. I don't want to say, but you know. And you know, China wants to do that. Let them have it. Let them have it. But not Putin, because Putin's an asshole. Oh, I don't know. China and Russia are going to gang up. To what end? To what is the benefit to China to conquer us? They conquer us, they can't sell us shit anymore. They are dependent. Their entire way of life over the past 20 years has become dependent on us being who we are. Unless they've got some backup plan that nobody knows about that somehow makes shit better for them. If the entire Western world falls under their thumb, but I don't know what that is. Look at this is more of a narcissistic thing with Putin. This is more of a delusion. This is just about power, strongman. I mean, the Chinese are they're not into that bullshit. The Chinese, say what you will about them. Oh, the Chinese are bad people. I don't think they're bad people. They're honorable people. They just happen to live in a different kind of system, one that's pretty foreign to us here in the West with our money-grubbing ways, although they're pretty money-grubbing themselves. The Chinese aren't like the Russians. The Chinese aren't like Putin. Putin's a strong man. You know, the whole toxic masculinity thing. Masculinity? Can't even talk now. Anyway, that's not how the Chinese roll. Are you saying that the Chinese are sneaky? No. And that's a slur that you attach to the Japanese, not the Chinese. No, they're not the same. Very different cultures. Same haircut. All right, let's see what we got here. Honestly, what we're waiting on, we're waiting to see if the Russian troops actually make their way into Kyiv tonight. It seems like the mission was to take Kyiv tonight, to control the government, to take over the administrative center of the entire country. And from there, depose Zelensky, depose the cabinet, depose the parliament, get them, whatever, arrest them. There were stories about a list, a kill list, people to be arrested or executed on sight. It looks like, or at least it looked like earlier, that tonight was the night that they were going to try and take Kyiv. As the sun comes up, an early morning invasion. I don't know. Maybe this is more of a 2 or 3 part plan. Maybe it'll continue tomorrow. Is that a police car? We got a car with lights going. Imagine getting pulled over in the middle of all this. Really, officer? Really? You're pulling me over? Are you kidding me? All right, hang with me, folks. I'm just gonna keep looking for some of this, see what else we got happening. Hashtag. What's a good one here? All right, see what the latest stories are. Whoa, is this happening right now in Kyiv? 5 seconds. This is not happening. Well, if it is happening right now in Kyiv, we're not seeing it. We're not hearing it. There's just like this incredible video that somebody is claiming is happening right now in Kyiv. Let's check some of the other cameras. I mean, it's all I can do. So all we can do is see if maybe there's a different view. Okay, let's go back to this one. This has got the multi-view, right? All right, let me see. I'm looking at a video that is claiming to be from just a couple of minutes ago, and it's showing an absolutely massive explosion. Looks like an entire skyscraper is coming down. And I don't care how big the city of Kyiv is, we would see smoke in one of these cameras. We would see some sign of something like that having occurred. 225, 233. Yeah, I mean that seems to be the right time. Oh, yeah. One of the other interesting things that was, they declared martial law. One of the deals with the whole implementation of martial law was, as I mentioned, no men between the ages of 16 and was it 60? No, 18 and 60. I'm sorry. No men between 18 and 60 were allowed to leave the country. If you got to stay and fight. That was one of the edicts put down by President Zelensky. One of the other thing was, and I thought this was interesting, if you got a car, bring it. They need vehicles. You got a car, bring it. Looking at video of a Russian tank running over cars in traffic. We'll show this one. This will be something that we'll share. So you're saying they're dicks. We're hearing something, right? I don't know what the hell we're hearing. As the sun rises on another day in beautiful, historic Kyiv, Ukraine, it looks like the worst of the fighting is over. Maybe not. I don't know. So what I'm thinking is going to happen here is that maybe I'll take a break like I did last night. I started on at 8. It's 10 o'clock. Did a couple of hours here. Maybe I'll take a break for a little bit and then possibly come back. Okay, where the hell is this? Let's see this cam. No, I don't want that. Hold on a second. Sorry, folks. What are we hearing? Didn't that sound like somebody was talking? Sounds like birds. Sounds like a duck. Apparently ducks are irritating in every corner of the globe. You ever? I don't know if you've ever lived by a lake, but if you stay up a little bit too late and maybe try to fall asleep around 4:30, there's always going to be some son of a bitch duck that is just going to start squawking right about 4:30 and going whack, 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 whack. You're like, oh, great. I'm trying to go to sleep. Yeah, that's not a duck. That's just one of them irritating duck-sounding birds. All right, here. I'll share this one with you. This is apparently, nope. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on. All right, never mind. Forget it. I'm having difficulty sharing this stupid thing. You're making me nuts. Okay. There we go. Let's redo this. I don't know why I can't seem to share this. There really is. There is no new news. The last 20 minutes or so, the last half hour easily, there has been nothing new to report here. I'm seeing nothing on any of the feeds. There we go. Yep. Okay. All right, here's a Russian tank being an a-hole. So you see him just going through traffic. Look at him. He's just driving over somebody in their car. What the? Seriously? Look at it. I can't tell. Can you tell if that car was driving? Is there somebody in it, or was it just inconveniently parked? And he's just killing somebody right here. Let's just run over somebody's head. All right. Cool, bro. Cool. That was awesome. Jeez Louise. Breaking news. Loretta Swit died. Where's Ed? Where's Ed? You want to make Ed mad? Tell the world that Loretta Swit died before Ed gets a chance to blast it out on Radio Misfits Twitter. That's his bit. He's good at it, too. He has informed me of more deaths. Let me see here. I'm going to do one last spin around to see what's happening. If there's anything at all that is new. Yeah, we are in a lull as far as the news. Like I said, I think I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to go and I'm going to put some stuff together. And if anything happens, anything more occurs in Kyiv, I'll jump in and do some live stuff. Yeah, I'm just seeing nothing but recycled videos. There are no reporters breaking anything new here. Is it Loretta? When someone says Hot Lips to me, I think of the television Hot Lips, Loretta Swit. But it might be. Is it Sally Kellerman, the film version? Seems like one or both of them should already be dead. I mean, it seems like, I don't know. Feels to me like I don't know. Is it Loretta Swit or is it Sally Kellerman? I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, I do. I would normally care, but right now I care more about finding the latest info here. Yes, what, Al? Yes. Is it Loretta Swit or Sally Kellerman? Yes. I love you, Al, but come on, man. Oh, Sally Kellerman. Okay. Loretta Swit's already dead, right? One of them's already dead? I don't know. Okay, so it was movie Hot Lips. I gotta be honest. If we're weighing the Hot Lips, Loretta Swit is a number one Hot Lips. I know. What are you talking about? She was just in a TV show. She wasn't in the movie. The movie was 2 hours long. The TV show ran for a decade. One of them was Hot Lips. One did way more Hot Lips heavy lifting than the other. One just played Hot Lips for a movie. The other one showed up for work every week for like a decade. And I promise you, more people know the TV Hot Lips than know the movie Hot Lips. Hell, I know people. I run into people all the time. Well, not in like 20 years, but I remember like years ago, whenever the topic of MASH would come up, most people didn't even know it was a movie. It was a movie? Yeah, it was a movie. "84 years old. Wow. Yeah, the TV show lasted longer than the war. It sure did. Ukraine says it inflicted about 800 casualties on Russian forces. They also claim destruction of Russian tanks, planes, and chopper. Oh, yeah. One of the other things that I wanted to mention that I found interesting about all of the things that went on tonight and today, actually, one of the big fear stories that was going around. Do I still have Google Earth up? I do. Okay, so we can look at this. The Russians. Well, there's actually two very interesting places in the Ukraine that the Russian army seems to have been very focused on taking first and taking early and being in control of it. One is a strategic location in the middle of the Black Sea called Snake Island, and there's a really interesting thing that goes along with that. I'll explain that story before we sign off here. But the other was Chernobyl. Chernobyl, yeah, the decommissioned nuclear power plant that famous for the 1986. What was it? Did it melt down? Did it melt down? I mean, that's kind of the verbiage that I feel most comfortable. I don't know. Did it actually melt down, or was it just close to melt? 3 Mile Island didn't melt down. Has there ever been a melt? Maybe there's never been. Maybe meltdown is like the doomsdays. I don't know. Whatever. We know something bad happened at Chernobyl, and a whole bunch of people got sick. Did you guys know? And I didn't realize this. There's no like Chernobyl is like just outside Kyiv. It's not like weren't you led to believe, as I was, or maybe I just convinced myself of this, that like Chernobyl took place on the moon, like somewhere in the Ukrainian countries. Actually, I wasn't even certain it was Ukraine. It was somewhere in the Soviet countryside. They're nutting around it for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and this just happened there in a vacuum, and now everything around it is dead forever. It's kind of how I thought. This thing is like, it's like Plano to Dallas, Chernobyl to Kyiv. It's like just outside the city. Was it? Was the wind blowing in a good way when that happened? I don't, because seriously, it is so close to Kyiv. Here, I'll pull it up. I'll show it to you. Brady Moore says, if you've never watched the Chernobyl miniseries that came out a year or two ago, you need to see it. It's pretty amazing. Brady, I love you, brother. I watched it. I didn't get through it. I really thought it was boring. And I love Russian history, but I thought it was so boring. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am, because of all of this that's going on, I have a newfound interest in Ukraine. So, and I remember when it came out, I watched it week to week. You know what I mean? Like I would watch it, and then I'd have to wait a week, and then I'd watch it again. And so I'll try and binge it. I'm wondering if maybe if I just binge all the episodes now on HBO Max, that it might be better. So I'll do that. I'm going to give it another chance. For some reason, I thought it was boring. But I've heard everybody say it's so great. So great. But yeah, I was shocked to learn that Chernobyl is so close to Kyiv. All right, so the Russian army, they dropped a whole bunch of troopers in there. There was a story going on all day long that they were holding did you know that there's still dudes working at Chernobyl? There's still the entire town that's around it. Priap, or River Priaps, in the town of Priaps. The entire town is condemned, and it's like a ghost town. Nothing will grow there. Isn't that what we always hear? Nuclear accident, nothing will grow for 10,000 years. And then you look at pictures of this ghost town that was abandoned, and it's just covered in trees and leaves and moss. And I'm like, shit's growing there. Shit's a lot growing there. So the Russians took Chernobyl, and there were stories that they had taken the people who were there hostage. And Chernobyl is still, it's not operational, but there's a whole bunch of the waste there. And I guess, but not guess, this is what I learned. There is a deal that the Ukraine made with the rest of the world that as long as the Ukraine is a thing, they will take care of the mess. They will be in charge of it. And apparently the world pays the Ukraine like a crap ton of money every year just to keep, hey, in case you were worried about, expenses and you were going to maybe, cut some corners this year in the budget and you weren't going to really take care of Chernobyl the way here's $5 billion. Just make sure you guys take care of it. So there's like a team of people that live there and work there all day long, and they make sure that the contaminated area is all contained. There's this like big giant. They just in the last year they built this. Yeah, I read a whole bunch about this today. Just in the last year they built this giant new structure that is you can see it from space. It's so big. It covers the contaminated area. Anyway, okay, so that's what these guys were doing there, and the Russians took over this place. And people were wondering why the hell did they make that a priority? Why did the Russians want to secure Chernobyl? What could they possibly want to do with that? And it made a lot of sense. It was explained through the article that I read that Putin, for as much of a crazy person as we think that he is, and he is, he didn't want anything hinky to go on with Chernobyl. He knew that he would take the blame for it. If, a bomb went astray and it blew up the building that was, covering the waste or containing the waste, and then the waste got out and then there was a massive Chernobyl leak. He didn't want that trouble. So he made it a priority that the first thing before he took over Kyiv, before he really took over the country, he was going to send his special forces in and they were going to secure that area. And they were going to make sure that no funny business happened. And then he would go and rape the country. But he would do all these terrible things. But at the end of the day, if there was a problem, he would know that it was secured. We got it handled. No Ukrainian national who was, on his way out was going to be able to blow up the containment center as a big FU to the world. Those were the kinds of things that they were concerned about. So that's why they made it such a priority. So here I want to show you. We'll pull this up on the map before we go. That was a very interesting read that I had today about why Putin made Chernobyl such an important focus for the initial phase of the invasion. Okay, so here we are. We're in Kyiv. Now it's on the river Pryaps. So let's see if we can find that. So here's Kyiv, right? Like if you worked at Chernobyl and you wanted to go out to dinner, you might drive into Kyiv. There it is. Is that it? No, that's Cher. A lot of words begin with Cher. Show me Chernobyl. I pass it up. You can't see it, can you? Oh yeah, you can. All right, hold on. Where is? Show me Chernobyl. Is this the river? This is it. Is this it? The river Pryaps? That's what I'm looking for. It was so easy to find earlier. Oh, here goes. Here's Pugs playing with his maps again. I thought it was a lot closer. Fuck. I swear to God. Now I can't find Kyiv. Okay, there's Kyiv. All right. The Dnieper. That's the Dnieper River. Where's the Pryaps River? Is this the... I'll follow the damn river. I will follow this stupid river all the way up. Is this it? That's the Desna. The hell? All right. I thought it was like... Don't for fuck's sake. It's like, okay, so here's Kyiv. It's like right up here somewhere. Why can't I find it? That's not it. Close. What, everything that begins with a... All right, I'm going to go super far because maybe I'm just... No, that's Moscow! Come on, man! It's right in here. It's right in this area. Let's see. Let's just go in here. It's got to be in here somewhere. Oh, you bastard. Yeah, see, that's it. The map's just acting hinky. Give it a second. I wanted to show you what... I did all of this research all of the stuff about Chernobyl and what was happening there today. And now I can't even get Google Earth to help me out. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that noise no more. Get rid of that. We'll come back to that. Go back to Google Earth. Okay. Trust me, I'll find it. I'll find it for you. It's right there. I don't know why it's not showing up. I can't even find the damn river. You would think that if it was, something that's located geographically on a large river, you might be able to find it easily on Google Maps, but I can't even find the damn river. Okay, here we are. Now we're back. Maybe it's a little north? No. Okay, yeah. Let's wait for the map to fill in. Come on, show me Chernobyl. Show me Chernobyl. Come on, fill in the damn map. Let's go. Half the locations just fell apart. Where's Kyiv? Where's Kyiv again? I can only find it in relation to Kyiv. Well, let's go in here. Let's see what this is. What's down here? Cherniv. Is this the river? Is this the river I'm looking for? I'm looking for the river Priyap. That's not it. That's the dozen. All right. Well, you know what? I don't care that. I don't care that I did all this work. I thought it was going to be easy. You know how quickly I was able to find this at any point today? Yeah, there it is. All right, the Lord is not working. He's not working for me tonight. He's not helping me out. You know what? I'm just going to say it. That's it. I didn't want to have to be weak. I didn't want to have to do it this way. Chernobyl, there. Chernobyl, Kyiv, Oblast. All right, show me Chernobyl. Come on. It's going to be right in the area that I was looking at. And for some reason, if Google has any interest at all, I've closed every window. I've turned off half of the things using Wi-Fi in this Comfort Nest guest house tonight. Okay, yeah, that's it. Well, it must be nighttime. Here we go. What, you got somewhere to be? You got nowhere to be. All right, I don't need this nonsense. Try it this way. Show me Chernobyl. Okay. I won't use Google Earth. I don't need to use Google. If Google Earth is being an asshole, I don't need to use Google Earth. I can just use old-timey Google. That's fine. There it is. All right. All right. So, as I was saying, big deal was made today. There's Chernobyl. Now let's see where it is in relation to. And there's the Priops River. Where is it in relation to Kyiv? Because remember, I thought it was just up to the northwest of Kyiv. Now I can't find Kyiv. There it is. Okay. See, that's right. That's right where I was looking. F you, Google Earth. F you. Okay. So here, I want to show you stuff. We'll zoom in on this because this is some cool stuff. Okay. Where's the reactor point? You can see the big giant thing that they use. I don't think that's it. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, sure. Now I'm using a different map than the one that I was using earlier. The other one, earlier today, I knew where everything was. Wouldn't you think, our map? Oh, wait. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay. I knew where we were. All right. All right, so here, this is the Chernobyl power plant. This was taken by Russian special forces today. Look at this thing. See this big silver thing right here? Yeah, we'll give it a better. This is where all the bad stuff is. They built that just this year. It's a new containment for all of the nuclear waste that whatever happened with the Chernobyl incident. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. Look at that. New safe confinement, Chernobyl nuclear power plant. So they just they just got this alien metal material. They just built this gigantic thing and they're like, that ought to do it. And they just got it all covered there. I'm telling you, this is one of the most fragile places on the earth. This stuff gets out, we got a whole big problem. This is like, there may as well be like an Avenger Infinity Stone in here. But here, you know what I was doing? I was actually looking around. So you know that neighborhood that you always hear about? You're always like, oh yeah, there's an entire city that was closed down and nothing grows there. Oh, shut up. A lot of shit grows there. All right, here it is. It's the town of Priap. This is the abandoned city. This is the city where it was 57,000 people lived in this city. Nothing's going to grow there. Look how green it is. This is all overgrown shrubbery and trees. There was an amusement park in here. Here, let's see if we can get a nice little walk around so we can see what this is about. Yeah, why not? Okay. Let's just stand right here. Look at it. Nothing's going to grow there. Oh, shut up. Everything's growing there. Look at this. This was like a really cool, this wasn't like a dump. This wasn't where, low income people live. This is where all the nuclear scientists and the technicians and people who work in their families live. This was nice. There was an amusement park in here. It was a really nice place to live if you were, living in the Soviet Union. You had an important job. Look at these roads. They're all overgrown. Apparently, we can't go any further. All right, so this area is looks like a very nice apartment community at one time. Where's the amusement park, though? Palace of Culture. Okay, so I think this was the amusement park. There were like rides and stuff. And everybody just one day, everybody just said, let's get the hell out of here. Big problem. There it is, Pre-op Amusement Park. Oh, look, is there pictures? Show me picture. Oh, look at that. It's a Ferris wheel. It's all overgrown. Yikes. What do we got here? Bumper cars. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. What's that? Tilt. Who wants to ride this tilt-a-whirl? Imagine, look at that. That's just, like I said, man, this was a cool place. This was like a good place to live. They lured some of the smartest people in their families to come work here and live here. They built this city exactly for the needs of an educated nuclear scientist and his young family. Place for kids. Now it's like a jungle. Now it's just like all these trees have sprouted up and all right, so we're done. So the Russians are in control. Soviet special forces took control of Chernobyl earlier today. Had no idea it was this close. I really didn't. I'd always thought that Chernobyl was like in the middle of nowhere. And as I learned today, it is not. Look at this. It is right outside Kyiv. Where is it? See, look, Kyiv, Chernobyl. Hey, you want to head into the big city and have a nice dinner? Yeah, let's go to Kyiv tonight. This is where you go. You just go to Kyiv. How far is that? 20 miles? 20 miles outside? Give or take? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so that was one of the most important strategic places that, let me get this back in here. That was one of the primary objectives on night one that Putin wanted to take command of. Now I'm going to show you the second one, which I don't really understand why, but apparently this is some ancient island called Snake Island. Here it is. See it right here? It says Bile here, but it's known as Snake Island. Here, just give you some perspective on what we're talking about here. For centuries, it was the property, I guess, or it was claimed by Romania, which is right here. But now it's claimed by Ukraine, and it's actually closer to Romania. It is 20 miles off the coast of Romania, and I think what I was reading, it's like 35 miles off the coast of, or 30 miles off the coast of Ukraine, and just 20 miles off the coast of Romania. And Romania and Ukraine, it's a thing between them. It's been a thing between them for generations. It's like, that's that's ours. That's ours. Whatever. It's ours now. In 100 years, it will be ours again. It's changed hands forever. It is known as an incredibly important strategic location here along the coastline. I don't know why, but it goes all the way back to like Greek times. There's some Greek mythology surrounding this place. Like one of the Greek gods lived here, and Putin is supposedly obsessed with it. So let's take a look at this. The story goes, and there is some video about it, there were 13 Ukrainian military people who were assigned to this island, and the Russian Navy pulled up and announced that they had to give up the island. And no joke, not a joke, the response from the PA system on the island to the Russian Navy was "fuck you," and the Russian Navy killed them all. 13 Ukrainian soldiers who were here on the island were killed. This is the island. I don't know what's so... Achilles, that's what it is. Sanctuary of Achilles. This was supposed to be the home of Achilles. Achilles lived here. When Achilles was done, being a heel, when Achilles was done doing whatever Achilles does, and he would go and relax, this is where he went, according to Greek mythology. This was the place where he lived. And Putin has an obsession with this place. And there is there's actually video out there of the Russian Navy not killing them. I don't think we need to see that. But there's video of the Russian Navy demanding that the Ukrainians give it up. Give it up. Let's see. Oh, my God. Okay, so I don't have it. Never mind. I thought I had it. Oh, yes. Wait. I think I do have it. Maybe. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Man, wouldn't you know it? Yeah, I don't have it. I'm sorry. Maybe I can find it quickly. It's basically a video taken by one of the guys. Oh, you know what? I believe it was on this site. So here, maybe we'll find it. Let's see. Wow. Okay, here it is. Found it immediately. All right. So that's good. All right. So this is a video of the Russian Navy demanding that the Ukrainian military stationed on Snake Island lay down their weapons and give up. And the response from the Ukrainian military was "F you," and they were all killed, all 13 members. But hey, so this is some... Let's share that. I mean, obviously, we don't speak Russian, so we're not going to be able to hear it. But the translation is essentially: Russian warship, I suggest you lay down your arms and surrender, otherwise you'll be hit. Ukrainian post, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. All 13 members on the island were killed. All right. So here it is. Yeah, this is the island we just looked at. This is the mythical home of Achilles, and this is a passion project of Putin for some reason. He said, okay, so we're going to take Chernobyl. You're going to make sure that, we've got all of the radiation in the control. I don't want the world blaming me for a leak. So come on, we're going to take care of that first. It's going to be good. And then if you got time, I'd always wanted to own Achilles' house. Get me Achilles' house. So, I mean, they said that it's for strategic reasons, but there are other people going, nah, this is just something that Putin wants to own. Putin just wants to build a summer home on Achilles Island. So there were 13 Ukrainian military personnel defending the island, and this is what happened. Do you copy? Should I tell him to go fuck himself? You gotta, I mean, on some level, right? You gotta appreciate that. And I like how he asked his buddy, should I tell him to go fuck himself? I mean, come on, we're gonna die here. Let's not die cowards. Go fuck yourself. Watch that one more time. You read along, or I'll do the reading for you. Snake Island, I am Russian warship. I suggest you lay down your arms and surrender. Otherwise, you'll be hit. Do you copy? Well, this is it. Should I tell him to go fuck himself? Just in case. Russian warship, go fuck yourself. You gotta applaud that, man. That's cool. That's cool. And they're dead now. They killed everybody on the island. Okay. And so there you go. So this is the island. This is Snake Island. Let's see if we can rotate this a little. What? Yeah, rotate the view. Come on. Oh, you sons of bees. Take a look at it that way. Well, this is the sanctuary of Achilles. What does that mean? What is the sanctuary of Achilles? What? No picture? Permanently closed. It's been there for 1 billion years, but now it's permanently closed. All right, there you go. We'll make one last pass. We'll see if there's anything absolutely new that is happening. And then I'm going to take off, and I'm going to see if there's anything else that's happening tonight. And if there is anything, I'll come back on, because I ain't going to bed anytime soon. Don't you worry about that. I just had a couple cups of coffee. Although I am going to take my Tylenol PM now. How'd he die? I don't know. He drank like a pot of coffee at 9 o'clock, and then at 11, he took 2 Tylenol PMs. I have no idea how he died. Yeah, there is. It seems like it's all calmed down now. It seems that it is all, because I'm looking at some of the news sites, some of the reporters who I follow, who have been my go-to people all day, and they've been quiet now for over an hour, most of them. Everything else that is trending now is just recycled stuff from earlier tonight. So it looks like the worst of whatever. Hey, as far as we can tell, Kyiv didn't fall tonight, and that was the fear. The fear was that Kyiv was going to fall. Should we take one last pass on the Kyiv live cams and see how we're doing? Let's take one last pass. Wow, yeah, it's morning. It is morning. So what time is it there? I forgot how to. So they're 8 hours ahead of us. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning. All right, here we go. Boy, this bottom left. This was completely dark. I don't remember what this is either. Like a ghost town, huh? Wow. Kyiv, one of the world's great cities, like a ghost town at 7 o'clock, rush hour on a Friday morning. All right. I feel like we stayed up all night. And we covered what was happening. do one more pass through on flight tracker. We'll do that. We'll see if we still got the same situation happening with the airspace. All right, here we go. Yeah, man. We still got the gas tankers are still up in the air. The United States Air Force here, we've got the United States Air Force Fort 12. He's in the Black Sea. Where is he? There he is. He's still doing circles out there, keeping an eye on the Russian Navy. And then who's this? This is is this another one of the tankers? I don't remember this one. Is he a different tanker? Okay, come on. Everything's working so slow. There we go. Yes. Okay. So here's United States Air Force Strato tanker. No, this is the Extender. Same thing, just a different company. This is the McDonnell Douglas tanker, which is called an Extender. He's right there. Oh, where is he? I just assumed that was Moldova. Okay, so he's the one that was in Romania. Okay, so he's there. I'm betting this guy is too, maybe? Is this guy another tanker? No, that guy's not. Okay, there's a tanker. He's not really doing donuts the way the other guy is, unless he just got on the scene. Maybe he just got on the scene. Maybe he just showed up. He hasn't done the donuts yet. Here's the other one. He seems to be back further inland. Yeah, this guy's been out there for a while. See, this guy's been out there for a while because you see all of his donuts. He's been in this area. He's been in this area. Flying gas station. This is another United States Air Force. This one is a Strato tanker. The other one was McDonnell Douglas, called an Extender. And this one is a Boeing. It's called a Strato tanker. And they're the exact same thing. They are the Coke and Pepsi of gas stations in the sky. Let's see what this guy is. Okay, that's just a regular old plane people are interested in for some reason. Did we check this one? This is I have to imagine this is another one of these Strato tankers, one of these sky gas stations. Yep. He's the Boeing. He's got the cool red things happening there. All right, so he's number 4. He's over there. Number 3. Oof. Okay, this is another one. This is another Boeing, also a gas station in the sky. And number 2 is number 2 the Extender? Yeah, number 2 would be the Extender, the McDonnell Douglas. Yeah, and there he is. All right, so we've got 3 gas stations floating around up there. So that means that we must have some jets, we must have some planes, we must have something going on. And as I suggested earlier, I imagine that they're flying the border between Poland and Ukraine. Poland is a NATO nation. Got to protect NATO. There's aggression going on right next door. And make sure none of it spills over into NATO. If it does, boom, 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 and this whole thing becomes much bigger. All right, I guess that's it. I think that's all we're going to do tonight. Okay. Again, if something big happens over the next couple hours or so, probably not. I'm already looking at it's 8 o'clock. Probably, yeah, I don't know. On a positive note, we we'll probably be doing things all weekend long. So make sure that you're following, make sure that you're sharing, make sure that you're, helping promote the show. Anything that happens, anything big, I'll be jumping on, doing continued war coverage. And if absolutely nothing happens, then I guess this will be the last Pillow Talk show. I can't imagine that that'll be the case. I can't imagine. So I'll continue to do shows probably throughout the weekend. So just make sure that you're following. Make sure you click the little thing so that you get the alert. If you're watching on YouTube, or I don't know if there's a way to do that on Facebook too. I'm not sure. Join me tomorrow for High Noon, where At some point, the high noon shows, I imagine, are going to get back into being, just all of the headlines and the trending topics, and just being a hot topic discussion show every day, trying to get y'all prepped up. For obvious reasons, for the last couple of days, it has been more centered on the Ukraine situation, but I do anticipate there being other things to talk about soon. So that's it. Okay. I appreciate you. Appreciate you spending the night with me. I like doing this stuff. I'm fascinated by breaking news, as you know. I did decide that I started to talk about this earlier today. When I first started doing this in September, I bring a radio broadcast sensibility to this. And what I mean by that is I'm petrified by silence. I am petrified by the idea that there's going to be dead air. I've been programmed for commercial radio, so it's constantly got to be something. You constantly got to be doing something. You can't have any downtime. And then I watch all the people that I admire who do this kind of breaking live streaming news coverage, and they don't come from a place where they've been programmed. A lot of these guys are like 20 years old. They're young people. They didn't work in commercial major market radio for a couple of decades the way I did. They don't have all the bullshit in their heads, and they're not afraid of the silence. And the way that they execute their programs are just, I just love it. They're so talented. And yet I can't for the life of me wrap my mind around doing that style of a stream. But these kinds of shows, these kinds of late night where it's breaking news, it's making it easy for me to experiment in that way. So I appreciate you guys being there and, helping me with it. And see, what I envision at some point is this just being me doing what I normally do, but talking to you about what I'm doing. So if there's a big breaking news story going on, I just, watch it unfold in front of my eyes. I got all my different computers up. I got all my different websites up. The only difference is that now that you're here with me and I'm telling you about what I'm doing, that is a whole new kind of technique that I'm just getting used to. So I appreciate you putting up with me. I appreciate you. You shouldn't even have to apologize. Those kids, they don't apologize. They don't apologize because they don't have the bullshit from 20 years of doing commercial American radio in their head. I do. I was taught that there's a way to do this. This isn't radio. This is a totally different thing. Yeah, but it's kind of like it. Kind of. No, it's really not. It's better. Yeah, I do. I agree. It's better. Never in a million years had I imagined that I could just stream of consciousness talk about something without a commercial break, without playing music, without having, anything else like that. But look, I'm doing it. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. No, radio wasn't that hard. Stop acting like it was a difficult job. You got paid well to show up and make small talk with a person that you enjoyed the company of. That's very true. And now I enjoy your company. Now I enjoy you people. And I'm learning as I go. I'm trying to figure this out. So thank you so much. Appreciate you indulging me. I am a narcissist, so I'm not going to stop. Again, you can help promote the show. You can help spread the word on the show. Tell a friend, whatever. No, not whatever. Stop doing that. Stop acting like it's not a big deal. It's a huge deal. I just hate to seem desperate. Money, always help with money. That's always a good one. End of the month. If there's anything you can do to help us continue doing this, whatever. Now you sound pathetic. All right. I love you guys. Thank you. We'll talk tomorrow. High noon. No. Again, my phone is not here. so I can't play the John Hinckley song that we typically end with. So we're just going to, you know what? We're just going to walk away. It's going to be awkward. We're just going to walk away from each other. I want you to sleep well. I'm going to go in the other room. I'm going to do some things. I'm going to watch the war. If something big happens, I'll be back, but probably not. All right. I really don't think anything big is happening. Are the news networks even still live? Or have they bailed? Have they decided it's over for the day? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in the other room. I'm going to start watching some English stuff because it's morning in England. It's like all the morning shows are starting. That's why you think the American coverage is now it's lame because it's Anderson Cooper. Oh, by the way, do you know what Anderson Cooper did? Anderson Cooper, I was just looking. He's back on the air today. He's back on the air today. He was supposed to be gone for like 6 weeks. Anderson Cooper had a new baby. What do you mean he had a baby? Well, I mean, he adopted a new baby. And like 2 weeks ago, he came on his Monday show and he said, I'm going to be stepping away for an extended period of time. And this is why. And he showed his new baby. It's such a cute little baby. And he's like, I'm going to go be a daddy for, a period of time. I think he was supposed to like come back in like the spring or something. And John Berman was going to be the host of AC 360 for like the next 2 months. He's back. Apparently old Anderson Cooper likes war coverage more than the new baby because he cut his, what do we call this? Is that like paternity leave? He didn't have the baby. I know. Isn't there another person there? No, he got divorced. Did you know that? Did you know that Anderson Cooper, I don't even know if he was married, but whatever the situation he was in with his boyfriend, they are no longer together. They live separately. And yet they adopted a new baby together. So this baby was like adopted. Man, the gay people, God love them. They've come a long way because I don't even think a heterosexual couple could do that. I think that if a heterosexual couple had been in the process of adopting a baby and then they decided to split up and not be together anymore, I think that might kill the adoption, right? Not Anderson Cooper. He's got that Vanderbilt money. He's got that big old money. He's got that old power, that old influence. But he's got an adorable little baby. And he's back. And he's back doing war coverage. So that's interesting. I thought you were signing off like 10 minutes ago. I was. This is coffee. This is the late night coffee. This is at some point in the next few minutes, the late night coffee is going to collide with the Tylenol PMs that I just took. And when you hear that I'm dead, you'll know why. No, don't even think that because there's not a chance. I take it every night. It's not a big deal. All right, bye everybody. Love you. We'll see you tomorrow for the High Noon Show. I am Pugs Moran. This has been a special edition of the Parker never showed up. Son of a, should I call him? It's 11:05. No, get off the air. Parker never showed up. This has been a special edition war coverage. The Ukraine war. Russia invades Ukraine. Special edition of Pillow Talk. We'll see you tomorrow for High Noon. This has been the Radio Misfits podcast and now streaming network. Bye, everybody.